What is up, y'all? So I am coming to you guys live from my bathroom again to kick off a new video, kind of continuing the theme of, like, you know, more relaxed, realistic videos. So no formal fancy setup today. It's just me, my bathroom, and this towel on my head. I literally just stepped out the shower from washing my hair. This is my first time washing my hair in this style, so I'm kind of nervous to see how it looks under here. But while I am, you know, unwinding for the night, I thought it'd be fun to do like more of a, you know, like an informal advice style video. So I had asked on my Instagram story to submit some advice questions. So this is not a Q&A video, so it's not about me. This is literally me answering you guys' questions to help you guys out and give my advice or opinion on whatever the topic is. So I got a bunch, I had to screenshot them, but I got a bunch, way more than I planned on getting. So I definitely won't get to them all because I don't want this to be a very long video. But I do want to tackle just a couple good ones, and then depending on how this video does, you know, if you guys really do like this style video, then I will of course keep it going and then answer more in the next video. Okay, so here's my hair, you guys. So y'all know this is all a natural hair, and of course here is the extensions back here. Okay, so the first question is, how would you deal with friends who leave you out of plans / tagged posts? So what I'm assuming is that you're saying that you have some friends who either don't invite you places, or if you guys do go out and like you guys take pictures, they leave you out of the post, like they don't tag you. My advice on how to deal with that is to not deal with them at all, just being honest, because they're not your friends. Well, actually, let me think about that a little bit more, because there could be a reason why. Okay, there's two pieces. There could be a reason why they're not inviting you places. For example, I know that I have friends, or not currently, but I had friends in the past that, like, whenever I would invite them somewhere, they would always say no. Like, they would always, it was always a reason, always an excuse as to why they couldn't come. So like after a while you stop asking them. So there could be a reason why they're leaving out of their plans. But if that hasn't happened before and there really isn't a reason why they're leaving you out, then honestly, I would say they're just not your friends. They could be associates, you know, people that you say hi and bye with. But for me, I use the term friends very, very cautiously. Like I'm very serious about who I consider to be my friends. And my friends don't leave me out of stuff. Now, do they include me in every single thing that they do? No, because we all have lives. We all have different schedules. We all have things going on. But if it's a consistent thing and you just find yourself never being asked to go anywhere, and again, you haven't done anything to make them not want to invite you, then there's something else going on there that I would dig into deeper. And then how do you deal with them if they leave you out of tagged posts? That's just very strange. I don't know, I've never dealt with that before. Having people that leave me out of tagged posts, especially if they tag everyone else in the picture and not you. That's a bit strange. Okay, next one says, do you believe in women approaching men or women shooting their shot? I don't think there's anything wrong with the woman shooting her shot, honestly. Like, this 21st century, like, we've evolved. Like, there's something wrong with a woman making the first move. However, I feel like a woman shouldn't be the one, at least this is me. I don't think that a woman should be the one pursuing. And to me, there's a strong difference between like making the first move. So like y'all at a bar and you see a guy, you know, at the counter or whatever, you know, there's nothing wrong with going up to him and just be like, hey, you know, just want to say hi, introduce yourself, whatever. Like, that's what I would consider to be shooting your shot. But when it comes to actually pursuing the situation, I don't think that anyone, I don't know, for me personally, granted, I haven't dated in a very long time, obviously, but I just don't think that women should be the one doing the pursuing, you know? Like, emphasis on he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So I just feel like that is more of his responsibility. And then also, like, let's be real, like, no one wants to be stuck with a guy, you know, who can't take charge or can't initiate things, or, you know, can't, you know, do his part. You know, that's just me. I have a bunch of home questions, but I don't really want to answer any, honestly. I don't really want to answer any home questions because we already did a whole Q&A about that. Oh, here's a good one. It says, advice to someone who's afraid they'll meet Mr. Right but still feel they may be settling. Okay, so that one's kind of interesting because I feel like you know when you've met, I just feel like your intuition and your gut knows when you've met the one, right? So I feel like you will know when you've met Mr. Right, and I feel like when you've met Mr. Right, you won't be settling. Does this make sense? Because like, especially at our age, like, we know what we want, we know what we need, you know, at least we should, you know. And so whenever you meet that special someone who like we know is Mr. Right, like our gut is just telling us like this is it, then I don't think that you would be settling at that point, because again, like, you should know what you want, you should know what you're looking for, you should know what qualities and characteristics to look for. So I don't think that you would be settling, so I wouldn't be afraid to settle if you found Mr. Right. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If you found Mr. Right, then don't let that fear creep in and start to question like if he's the one, or like if you're settling, because that just makes things more complicated, and that's just the enemy trying to keep you from, you know, having what's for you. What advice would you give to someone who will be working full-time and going to school? So the advice that I would give, because if you guys don't know, first of all, let me just say, if you guys don't know, that is what I do. I do work full-time and I do go to school. Now, granted, I will note though that I do work from home, so that definitely plays a part in my schedule, but I definitely do both. Now, the advice that I would give to someone who's doing that is to use your time wisely and a plan ahead. I had mentioned in a vlog earlier this week on, you know, during vlog week, that I try my absolute hardest not to wait the last minute to do anything for school, just because you never know what can come up at the last minute and you are bound to forget because we all have things going on. And also, like, don't beat yourself up if you know, can't do something at a certain time of the day that you planned on it. Like, be flexible, of course, because again, things come up, but just plan ahead. So like, for example, if I know for a fact that I have an assignment due Sunday at midnight or 11 p.m. here, I know that I want to have it done by Saturday night. So just plan ahead, be flexible though, don't beat yourself up if you can't like meet a specific deadline, and just stay focused. Like, just remember, it's temporary. I remind myself that all the time because it is hard and it is kind of hard to stay committed and focused to it. But just remember, it's temporary, and whatever that degree is, it's definitely going to be worth it whenever you're done. Actually, before I move on, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of face mask because I desperately need it. I did a really good sheet mask earlier this week, like a really good hydration mask. So today I definitely need more of a detox mask and then really purge my pores because my skin just feels congested today. Okay, so next question. Would you choose furthering your education, aka grad level, or investing in a second income? That is a really good question. So I would say, honestly, both. That's, again, you're asking my opinion. So I would say both. You guys know how strongly I feel about multiple streams of income. I talk about it all the time, especially, let's be real, I feel like if there's one thing this whole corona pandemic has shown us, it is the importance of having multiple streams of income. I feel like it's just so important, or actually more important now than ever, that we really take time to invest in finding other ways to make income, because you just never know what can happen. And I just feel like you might as well go ahead and do it while you have the time. You know, like, there's no better time than the present, and why not just go ahead and get started? You know, if it works, great. If it doesn't work, that's great too. It's lesson learned, move on, try something else. I say both, and I say both because I literally am at this exact second doing both. I am getting my degree, my MBA online. So I am furthering my education, but again, you guys, like, I'm filming here, right? YouTube is another stream of income, so I'm also doing that as well. So I definitely feel like you can do both, but it takes a lot of focus, a lot of dedication, and honestly, a lot of time. And mind you that getting a degree could also serve as an investment in a second income. That's just my experience, that I just feel like it's definitely doable. It just takes a lot of time and dedication and focus, knock them both out. I came to my kitchen so I can have wine and ice cream. Such a strange combination, but I'm like craving both. So I'm like, let me go ahead and get some ice cream and some wine. For ice cream, I'm having my absolute favorite. It is the Bluebell mint chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip is hands down my favorite ice cream ever invented. I love it. And then we're having this nasty wine here that I'm determined to finish. If you guys watch the rest of the vlogs from Vlog Week, you guys know how I feel about this Voga Italia wine. It's not good, but I bought it, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. Oh, okay, here's one. Here's a love question, or like a relationship question. It says, hi Kyra, this may take 2 cents. She sent multiple different posts, but she said, so I'm 21 and I've been single for 2 years. I've taken this time for self-care, but lately he's been on my mind. Yesterday, his BFF asked me on Facebook. He's still blocked on everything, but I'm a little emotionally triggered. Am I crazy? Okay, so no, you are not crazy. At least I don't think that you are, especially because, let's be real, like whenever it comes to exes and things like that, small things which can trigger us and remind us of, you know, our times with them, you know, which I used to do, you know, what could have been, so on and so forth. So you're definitely not crazy per se for being triggered or like, you know, kind of thinking about him or whatever. However, what I want to kind of focus on is the fact that you said that he's blocked on everything. Usually when people kind of go through the whole stage of blocking their ex after a breakup, that usually means that it ended on a bad note. And so if it ended on a bad note, girl, it's not crazy to think about him or to be triggered by it, but don't go back to him, sis. I can say that right now. What's that saying? Don't run back to the thing that broke you. I'm gonna assume that it ended on a bad note if he's blocked on everything. So in my opinion, I just say embrace the good times y'all had, but still keep it moving. Like focus on the future, because there's a reason why you guys aren't together anymore. And you know, like there's nothing wrong or harmful in thinking about memories that you guys had, but don't do it. Okay, here's a good one. Advice to an aspiring entrepreneur who's not sure what business or lane to pursue. That's a good one. I say, think about the thing that people naturally gravitate to you for or about, right? So like, I'm sure there is something that your friends or your family, you know, come to you about or ask you about. You know, it could be something tech related, it could be social media, it could be fashion, beauty, hair, you know, lifestyle, fitness, whatever. Think about the thing that comes naturally to you that people always ask you about, just naturally. There's a saying that says your passion lies in what you would do for free or something like that. I could have just made that all up. But the gist of what I'm trying to say is that truly your passion does lie in the thing or things that you would do for free, right? And that, my dear, is my advice that I would give to you or any entrepreneur who wants to start a business but doesn't know what lane to pursue. Because you don't want to start anything for the money, because that is a surefire way to fail before you even get started. Because with small businesses, it takes a long time to see actual revenue and profit. That's why it's important not to do it for the money, but to do it because you really love it and because you truly feel like it's your purpose. So that's my advice. But again, just follow your passion and your purpose, and like, trust me, your gifts will make room for you. What do you think about dating within your social circle? I think it's actually a really good idea. And the reason why is because I feel like, if you think about it, your social circle is people that you already naturally, you know, connect with, right? So if you have a group of people, you know, that is co-ed, and you know, you have some guys that you're attracted to physically, but that you also connect with on a friend level, I feel like that's actually a good thing, honestly. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with dating within your circle. Now, if it's someone, this is what I will say, just being honest, if it is someone that's in your circle and you're in the headspace of, I just want a man, I just want to settle down, you know, I want this to get this over with. Sis, don't date anybody, even if it's a friend, that you have not been attracted to, okay? And I say that because there are women who will try to talk themselves to finding someone attractive that they never have before. And if it didn't come natural, then just leave it alone. Now, not saying that you guys had to have crossed that line before, but y'all know what I mean. Like, you know how you can have a guy friend, like you always thought they were cute, right? But like either you guys kind of felt that you guys were better off as friends for now, or it was just bad timing or something like that, then like I would say that is a situation that I would think is okay to date within your circle, right? Because you guys are already good friends, and that is a huge part of a good, healthy, solid relationship, of course. But if it's a situation where like you have this guy friend and you have always friend zoned him, like you never looked at him like more than a friend, you have never found him attractive, you've never even thought about him even once in that kind of way, like he's just not your type at all, you're just like eh. But then like he comes to ask you on a date and like you find yourself talking yourself into dating him or like going out with him, then that's just, in my opinion, that's just not even Okay, so next one says, what's the best way to flirt with someone you find attractive if you're shy and traditional? Just be yourself, sis. Like, I don't know how else to how else to answer that, because there's no code to flirting. Like, I feel like oftentimes women put too much pressure on themselves to like act a certain way, look a certain way, talk a certain way, whenever they're like trying to get to know a guy, or like trying to, you know, get them to be interested in like trying to, you know, get to the next step with them. And by doing that, you're not really showing them who you are up front. In my opinion, I think it's actually better to just be yourself and show them who you are up front. And then that way they can know, okay, either yes, I'm okay with this, you know, like I want to move forward with them, or not. I don't want to waste my time, so I know that I wouldn't want to put on a front or try to flirt a certain way, or, you know, try to do or go above and beyond to be someone that I'm not. And then like weeks later or even months later, you're like struggling with trying to keep up that front, and then trying to, you know, struggle with doing that versus like being yourself and just having that whole struggle, you know, between the two. I prefer to just be yourself up front. That way they know what they're getting up front, and either, you know, they like it or they don't. But I can't answer that, because to me, like, there's not really a best way to flirt. It's just being yourself. I know plenty of shy girls who, again, are just themselves. Okay, the last question says, any advice on moving out for the first time? So I guess that for me, my first time moving out would have been whenever I left home for college, because I was technically on my own at that point. But I mean, I was like really on my own until I graduated college and moved into my first apartment that I actually paid rent for, paid my own bills, my own everything. And that was, of course, never me and Dion got married. I would say advice for that is just saving and being smart and being financially savvy. I will say that my money habits back then, whenever I first graduated and first like was on my own, y'all, they were so terrible. Like, I remember specifically that we were in Dallas, we lived in Dallas, and I lived within 5 minutes of the Galleria. I was there at least once a week. If it wasn't during the weekend, I was there during the week. Like, I lived there. It was terrible. And I remember one day I woke up and I was like, Kyra, girl, you don't need none of this stuff. Like, you're just buying stuff just to buy stuff because you have money now, and that's a waste of money. So I would say to just figure out how to budget and save and be smarter with your finances up front, because that's super duper important. And also, like, your money will set you up. If you can get it together now, it'll set you up for your future in the best way possible. And then also pick a place that you love. It sounds really cliche, but pick a place that you genuinely love coming home to. You know, of course, pick somewhere that's within your budget. Do not live above your means. Again, do not live above your means, okay? Actually live below your means. You can save more and do more with your money. But within that budget, whatever it is, pick somewhere that you genuinely love coming home to and make it feel like home. That is gonna be your haven. Like after work, after school, whatever it is, like you wanna have somewhere that you genuinely enjoy coming to. It may be scary at first, like you'll be out there, you know, alone in a place that's new, that you don't know, but trust yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope I gave somewhat good advice to all of my girls who asked questions. And let me know if you guys want me to do more of these. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I love Q&As, but it's also good sometimes to help people, you know, who are looking for advice or suggestions in other areas. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye y'all.